Good afternoon, GRAR members. This is Scott West coming to you from our fancy GRAR video studio that we've created here to shoot these videos. Welcome. We just wrapped up another board meeting. This was our 7th board meeting of the year, correct?
Yeah.
My math is right, July. We had a really fun board meeting today because this was a special one in which GRARLA came to visit us. Always really exciting when we get the GRARLA class to come and watch. We move into the larger room and we get a 22-person audience for it. Adds a little extra pressure for us to step up and be on our game. I am sitting next to a longtime director and former GRAR president, Mike Childress. Welcome, Mike. Thank you for being on the video this month. Tell us a little bit about your life, your family, your work, the company you work for.
Condensing your life into 5 seconds. I'm a real estate broker. I grew up in the real estate business. My father was my broker before that. I'm the broker of Childress and Associates Realty, and we've come from a long line of builders and realtors. So I think my dad counted out maybe 200 years of this type of industry. So long depth when it comes to that, but we're really, it's like something that we really enjoy. I have 4 kids. My wife of 21 years, and
congrats on that.
And she hasn't gotten rid of me yet. I know I appreciate her, and we just love West Michigan. I was born here. We're here to do what we do.
200 years in the industry.
That's
probably
kind of
not
funny.
A lot of people that could tote that.
Yeah, it's building churches, architecture, real estate. I just bought a house that my grandfather built, and he developed the neighborhood. So it's just a little huge longevity of activity and different things like that in our industry. So we really love it.
Are you counting all of your kids' Lego activity into that, or all just?
Yeah, we're really good at those things.
Yeah,
100%.
Oh, thanks, Mike. You are currently serving as a director liaison to 2 committees. Mm-hmm. One is our Montcalm chapter, which is our newest committee. Newest chapter. We'll talk a little bit about that. And then the other is the Community Involvement Task Force. Okay. Tell us a little bit about some of the initiatives that they have going on for the year, some things that they're excited about as the committee, and maybe what they can expect.
Yeah, the Montcalm chapter is the newest chapter. It's a result of a merger from Montcalm and GRAR, which was real happy merger. I think real good realtors agents that have been working together for many years, and we all kind of came together now.
Yeah, similar to our other chapters, part of what we're trying to do is maintain the culture that they've had when they had their own association before merging with us, so they can maintain that culture and provide them with some of the scale and opportunities that we have here at GRAR to help all of their members out in their businesses. And we definitely try to provide some education out there and some networking opportunities that are very local to them, so that they're not constantly having to travel.
Absolutely. Give them the opportunity, that vehicle for them to go and get the education, get the camaraderie, get the connection that we all need, I think, as realtors to do a good job for each other and get to know each other.
Yeah, and tell us a little bit about what you've got going on at the Community Involvement Task Force.
Community Involvement Task Force is always very busy task force. So the agents, here's a little plug, I guess, in the situation of agents that want to be involved and want to get to going on or get something new going on. You can either be a part of a committee, or go to one of the events that's available, that's coming out, that we're doing. We have Schoolhouse Fund is a big push always with this committee. So different schools that you may be affiliated with, and then if there's need in different areas that the teachers may need, there's grants that they can write for our committee to help fill that gap where they may need a little help. And then other ways that we're donating our time and our money to help raise money for these type of things.
Yeah, West Michigan in general is a community that really embraces volunteerism, and GRAR is no exception to that. We've got a couple charities and lots of opportunities to give back to your community, largely headed up by that that task force. So thank you for servicing on that. We just finished our board of directors meeting. It was, as I mentioned, GRAR there. So it was a very long meeting. It was the longest one that we've had this year, and we had some really hot topics. We're going to just quickly review what those topics were, so you guys are staying informed and can see what we've been working on. To get us started, our first topic, Mike, we had a grant request from Schoolhouse. Did we approve that?
Yes, we were approved. It was one from Comstock Park Elementary School, and we approved a grant request. It was right around $200.
Yeah.
And something that just needed. I think it's for the up and coming school year.
Yeah, things will probably get a little bit quiet on that front with school being out, and that'll ramp up again in
But
August.
then lines are up, and everybody gets real excited and busy for the new coming year coming up.
For sure. In addition, we used to have a program called MBP. It was fantastic. I attended it years ago. I think it started pre-COVID, and we had about 6 sessions of this MBP program. It stood for Master of Brokers Principles, and it was intended for DRs to take a really, really high-level deep dive into what it takes to run an office and stay compliant and do things the right way. So every session we were bringing in some great speakers. It was very well received by the people that got to take it. COVID happened. I think it kind of naturally just died down during that window when we weren't able to have meetings. And we've been talking at the board level about how great it was and wanting to bring it back.
Widely used. Everyone really, really liked the DR or the MVP. But it was like available for the DR. So DR is a GRAR term. It's designated realtor, so the one person that's their heads on the chopping block per se per company. But and then on top of that, then we added the
Master
of Agent Principles. So similar in many of the content, but just centered towards people's specific type of role.
Yeah. Given that we have this inclination to bring back MBP, we made a decision today to start a DR development training task force. Essentially what they're going to do is they're going to look at the old curriculum that they had when we were running MBP pre-COVID, take a look at all the changes, because we've had a couple changes in the industry since then. Heard about a settlement, a couple other things. So we're going to take a look at some of the changes that we've had, see if it's still relevant, all the curriculum that we had, if there's anything that we need to add in, take away, tweak. So we're going to put that together next month, and then we'll see what their agenda is and then make some final decisions if we're going to move forward with it. So that was a big talking point. And then Mike, you actually brought this up. We've had a long-standing MLS photo policy. Tell us a little bit about that discussion.
So our photo policy right now is we can have watermarks on our pictures. And I'm always pushing the envelope, I think, in the situation. I'm saying, well, have we always done a certain thing in a certain manner, and can we expand that? So we had a lively discussion on whether to add logos and different other things. It was a pretty robust conversation about goods, bads, in any different manner of what could happen, couldn't happen. Regionalization always comes into those type of conversations of how are we handling our neighbors and how their policies are working, and very thoughtful conversations. But we ultimately decided not to make any changes right now. But it's good to know that we're all having these great conversations about, hey, we're doing this because it's always been done that way, or could it be different? So that was the whole premise behind it.
Yeah, I think it's really eye-opening for people to, especially the GRAR class today, to see that we spent an hour talking about the photo policy and then no changes were made. So if you were just looking at the board notes and you saw that they didn't make any changes, you wouldn't even realize that discussion happened. But it was a heated debate. It went back and forth and round, and it was a great debate. And ultimately, it didn't end in any changes, but it was healthy. So moving on, some less fun topics. Forewarn, which is or could be described as one of the best tools that we have. It is an amazing safety tool that we've been offering for years and years and years.
Most widely used, I would guess, right?
We've heard it was the most widely used offering that GRAR gives to its members. Is suddenly being called into question. And it's because we've seen some increase in member abuse of it. We have had a pro standards case that just finalized. and we have 2 grievance cases that are in the works right now where members have been accused of abusing that, and 1 member was even found guilty. It is something that we're taking a really hard look at. We do not want to lose our Forewarn rights. Forewarn is a great tool. We want all of our members to have it, but there comes a time where if people are abusing it too much that we have to take a hard look. So this is my warning to you guys. Use Forewarn for the right reasons. If you don't know what those right reasons are, please seek out GRAR, please seek out your broker to find out. Make sure you're properly using Forewarn so that tool isn't taken away from all of us. Next up, we recently had some changes to the Michigan Occupational Code. Without getting into too many details, we had a discussion on that.
Discussion on that one. We're not taking any big changes at this second. We're going to have our legal counsel give us some guidance on that. But after that, then we can kind of tell all our membership what the best course of action is. But just to know that you may have gotten a text message, email, something of that nature about the occupational code change. We just want to make sure that we're going step by step and doing it in an appropriate manner. So it's not we're not doing anything willy-nilly. And this is not something that typically happens at GRAR. It's very thoughtful.
Yeah, that one is something that I would anticipate is going to take a couple months of discussion on. We'll get an opinion from our legal counsel, which we thought was the next step. We'll bring that opinion back and have further discussions and then maybe take some action or make some changes to that. But at this point, we're waiting for legal counsel to advise us. But we are aware that those changes have happened. It's something that we're looking into. Next up, last year, one of our big objectives, because we were in the middle of an inventory crisis, and we have been in our country now for a number of years, and locally we are no exception. In the midst of this inventory crisis, we had some healthy discussion on how we can increase inventory, how we can provide more opportunities for our members to make money. And one of the things that came out of last year was we decided to make some changes to how we address mobile homes. We have maybe the foremost expert in mobile homes sitting right next to me who championed some of these changes last year. Let's talk a little bit about
mobile homes.
What changes did we make?
Well, as of April 1st of last year, 2024, GRAR allowed for mobile homes to be listed on the MLS that were not on real property, or they were in parks. And then this prompted our ability, if you have a dealer's license, here's a precursor, you have to have a dealer's license in order to conduct in that manner. But that means that anybody who has a buyer can bring a buyer to that individual mobile home that's listed. Gives a huge opportunity for everybody. And the thing about it is as people are starting to look at mobile homes, is mobile home communities have been hidden in plain sight my whole life. There's just mobile home parks all over the place, but people didn't notice they were there. And we were kind of like always told you can't touch them because it's not on real property. Well, now that opens up an opportunity for us to do all kinds of different things in that manner. So good win, I think, for GRAR in West Michigan also, to be able to market, I think, and getting more money for people for their mobile homes, for sure, because it was always just, we were always held hostage by whatever, say the park or whatever it was allowing. Now we're able to market those to everyone. So good opportunity for us, good opportunity for buyers, good opportunity for agents, good opportunity all the way around.
Yeah, thanks. We're constantly looking at new ways to help our members make money, and sometimes we have to think a little bit outside the box. I think when we initially started talking about it, that felt pretty outside the box because we had never done anything like that. Like Mike said, we were taught real property has got to be on real property, so we just never thought, is there a way we can incorporate that into our MLS? And we found a way, and it so far is going really well. So thank you, Mike, for chatting a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
What else is happening around GRAR? We're kind of in the heat of summer. Everybody's really busy, but we still have some really cool stuff happening at GRAR. One thing that we're going to post right here on this video is a link for you guys to sign up for YPN. YPN is a really great program. I reiterate this all the time. It stands for Young Professional Network, but that does not mean that you have to be 20 years old to sign up for it. You can be young at heart, young in your career, or young in age.
Mhm.
I am a YPN member. I signed up. I put my money where my mouth is. Did you sign up yet?
No.
All right.
I'm gonna have to.
We're
do
calling
that.
him out right
All
here. Today, Mike is becoming a YPN member.
I'm happy to be
Once you sign up for YPN, you'll get access to all of the great educational volunteer events,
Great.
networking events that they put on. They do some really great stuff. So we're encouraging all members to sign up. It's completely free. You're going to see a link to do that here on this video.
Will it be like here,
Here, it'll be somewhere.
like down below?
Down-
Is that
down
how we
below.
have to do
This
it?
is
You
where
know,
it'll
it's
be.
like all the TikToks.
Mike,
Yes, sir.
we also at the beginning of this year launched an ambassador program that meets at the last Thursday of every month. It's an open door. If you just had questions as to why we made a decision that you didn't agree with, or you did agree with, or you wondered where we got to it, you were just curious, it's a great opportunity for you to come and ask those questions.
Before I got on the board, I didn't know what they did.
Yeah,
You know, they sat around drinking coffee and talked about things. I don't know what they did. And
how do committees work? That's
right,
another
but
thing you could come and
so
find out.
great. We got GRAR's a big ship. If anybody didn't notice, and to move it and manipulate it and understand where it's going to go to get through the choppy waters at times. It's good to have good people that are paying attention to what's going to happen. Good volunteers.
So please come out. What day is it?
July 31st at 9 a.m., probably 9 to 10-ish or something like that. It's going to be downstairs at GRAR in the lounge, I think is what they call that.
The GRAR Lounge.
GRAR Lounge. So you can go out there and do that if you want to.
Next up, it's election season. You just saw the latest newsletter where we launched some information about the upcoming elections. We've got a deadline that's been set for anybody that would like to run for a board of directors position.
Mm-hmm.
We currently have 3 positions, I believe, coming available. We're going to have a salesperson role and 2 broker roles coming available. All of that information is going to be on a link that we'll have
Right, is that going to be?
somewhere right here during this video, so that you can find out when it is appropriate for your particular role to vote. We're making a major effort this year to increase voting. You're going to see a link in there that has a video of why the directors think you should step up and vote, why it's important to have somebody that is your voice sitting at that table that reflects what you want to happen at GRAR. So we're making this big push. So please keep an eye on the newsletter and get involved and cast your vote this year. Also, YPN, we were just talking about them, and they do a whole bunch of cool stuff. They have a volunteer day coming up. Tell us a little bit about that.
They do. So Gilda's Club. YPN is volunteering day at Gilda's Club in July, or July 22nd and 23rd. You can sign up.
2-day event.
2-day event.
You don't have to go to
That's not
both
all.
days.
If you'd like to go, you'd like to get involved, you'd like to be a part of that, that will be in the newsletter coming up also, but it's going to be July 22nd and July 23rd.
Cool. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah.
We're at the end.
Okay.
You're at the end.
I'm
You're
at the
in your
end.
last
I am the
year
last.
of multi-years of service back to GRAR. Sitting here after 4 years myself, it's a huge commitment. You really have to be passionate about this industry to make that commitment. You've now done it multiple times. You've served as GRAR president in the past, during COVID. Give us some insight as to what drove you to want to get involved and make that big commitment and volunteer so much of your time to give back.
Well,
And did you have any great takeaways from the experience?
Boy, when I got started, I ran for the board and lost. So, and I got, you get your teeth kicked in, and sometimes people don't want to do it again. You're putting yourself out there, and your peers didn't vote for you. But then I came back and tried it again, and then I was able to get on the board. So doing that, I think that first 4 years of being on the board, and then I was president my 4th year, I think made me a better realtor, made me a better broker, made me better. It changed my view of the agents at large. It says, these aren't my competition. They're more like, we have a co-opetition, but they're my people. These are all my people. These realtors in the area, whether they work for me or work for a different company, they're all my people. And I understand we have the same struggles, the same things that are going on. So it really made me understand that one. So expanded my knowledge, expanded how I understood the GRAR, expanded many different things in my little career as a real estate agent, and then it's just so I could understand all the different things that are going on, all the facets, whether it's GRAR or MAR or our local associations, and I'm now the up and coming NAR director for GRAR. So it gives us an opportunity to be in that realm also. So I think multiple years. What do you wrap that up? I've enjoyed being involved and understanding and help guiding per se through our association. I think we've got some great people, some great other board members that are conscientious and really help, or really like to help each other, and they're in it for the right reasons. Let's start with that. So
thank you.
I think
I didn't know Mike super well until I got on the board,
Mm-hmm.
and I can say that over the years getting to know Mike, he's become more than just a colleague. He's become somebody that I greatly respect and a genuine friend. So
Thank you.
Somebody whose phone call I take regularly, and we have great discussions. And I just wanted to say thank you from all of our members for all of the years of service that you've put in, because it's significant. It's a big commitment, and we appreciate that.
Thank you.
That is all we've got for you guys. We will see you back here in August for our 8th video. I don't know who's going to be on it, but we have a different director every single month, our next victim. Thank you guys, whoever it is out there tuning in. Have a great day.
Thank you.